Hi, my name is Vladi, and I'm a senior customer success manager at Prisma. I work directly with our users to understand their use case, pain points, and to create tailored journeys and enablement plans when they're adopting Prisma. Today, we've had a fantastic lineup of speakers and talks, which I'm certain provided a lot of value when it comes to managing data at scale and learning more about the future of data in the enterprise space. However, if you haven't had the chance to attend all the talks, here are some of the key points of what we covered today. First of all, Prisma loves its community. This is one of the aspects that truly sets Prisma apart. Of course, our users wouldn't love us nearly as much if we didn't have an exceptional product, but most of all, they know that they can trust us to take on board their feedback and to hear them when they point out what is most painful for them when working with modern technologies. The feedback from our community has helped Prisma evolve its product, refine its vision, and focus on developer productivity, helping tear down data silos and support the efforts of legacy modernization. Now, while we have a very large community with thousands of users, whether it's a small team, an SMB, a big enterprise, or even a government body, our community team is focused on empowering each user in choosing the best solution for their project and enabling them in achieving this successfully. And in fact, talking about success, we very recently launched a customer success program that aims at one, partnering with our users and customers to become trusted advisors and establish a mutually beneficial relationship based on collaboration. I think it's very important to highlight that because we want to move away from a vendor relationship solely focused on an exchange of services and instead find tailored solutions for our customers and support them in achieving their goals. And this is where adoption comes into play as well. We want to ensure that what we provide to our users and customers is all the knowledge, expertise, and resources that they need to be successful and implement our solution according to best practices. And finally, we want our customers to see a return of investment, both in terms of increased developer productivity, lower overheads, but also in terms of faster time to market for new applications and the ability to fully leverage the potential of their data. A second takeaway is that Prisma's vision is to evolve from a next generation ORM for Node.js and TypeScript into a data application platform. Big enterprises are struggling with legacy technologies, siloed data, overhead for their development team, and much more. And so we aim to create a platform that will liberate access to data across multiple teams without compromising productivity, security, or compliance. If you've checked out the talk of our VP of Product, Hervé Labas, this slide should be very familiar for you. And also, if you're working or have worked with a big enterprise, you'll be familiar with how complex the backend infrastructure can get, starting with having multiple database vendors to departments who prefer to use specific stacks and specific programming languages, and much more in between. To create an application data platform on our roadmap, we have added a Prisma data mesh and a control plane. The data mesh bridges the data infrastructure using connectors and applications within trust boundaries, and each application accesses data through an API. Next to the data mesh, we have the control plane piloting the data mesh. And so in turn, the data mesh can then perform operations such as data orchestration, encryption, and smart optimizations. You've probably also heard that within the control plane, we have different modules such as data catalog, performance optimization, and development workflows. And I'm particularly excited about the development workflows, which will enable teams to easily iterate on their applications. So more specifically, it addresses problems developers have throughout the lifecycle of building the data access layer of their applications, such as collaborating on schema changes, resolving conflicts, and more. In other words, all of this would speed up developers' day-to-day work significantly. Now, lastly, we have a third takeaway. We are opening today registrations for an early access to the enterprise program. You can already register your interest by scanning the QR code in the top right corner and filling out the form, and we'll be in touch with the next steps. Or if you'd like to learn more about it, well, we have all the channels for all of your questions. As a starting point, you can register for the enterprise office hours with our leadership team. They are still open today and tomorrow, and you can discuss more in detail your requirements and learn more about our roadmap. And to do that, you just go back to the swap card homepage and select the office hours button. You can also check us out on our community Slack and our community GitHub portals. We have an amazing community and an amazing DevRel team who can answer your questions very promptly. And of course, you can also contact me directly. You can find me on LinkedIn, send me directly an email, or ping me on our community Slack channel, and I'll be there to answer any questions and point you in the right direction. Thank you so much for listening to this closing keynote, and I hope you enjoyed today's event.
Thank you, Vladi. I think that was a nice way to wrap up this day.
Thank you. Yes, I was very happy to participate to today's event.
So I think we'll do a quick Q&A. And again, a quick reminder to the viewers that you can ask the questions and we'll discuss them now. And let's get started. So how do you see the Prisma community evolving in the coming year?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I mean, as a reminder, the majority of our community right now is made up of users. And as I said, it's very varied. We have developers, freelancers, small teams, medium, big, and enterprise teams. And I think the biggest way in which our community is going to change is that we're going to shift from users to customers. And the reason why that's a big shift for us is that we are going to change the way we work with our community. It's going to be less reactive and more proactive, simply because we're not going to wait for our users to come to us with issues and feedback and feature requests, but we're going to already have a partnership with them, and we're already going to know what their needs and requirements are. And so we're going to be able to also foresee how we should evolve our roadmap and how we should also work with our product.
I see. And what does the customer success program look like for a given customer?
That's an excellent question, especially because I talked very much in the abstract about the customer success program, and it's good to bring it a bit down to earth in a more concrete way. And for any specific customer, the program is going to be very much tailored to what their project is and how they're going to be using Prisma. So think about a series of touch points to ensure that they have all the resources they need, starting with an onboarding session where we give them an overview of how the software works, all the resources that they have available to them, and of course, who are the main points of contact on our end that they can rely on. And then we proceed into regular check-ins, quarterly business reviews, and we also try to engage them with tailored enablement plans. So they might want to have tailored webinars on lunch and learn sessions, hackathons even, or even a tailored certification plan for their team to get ramped up on Prisma knowledge. So it's very much going to be tailored to that specific customer, but also we are going to be very much collaborating with them to understand what the customer success program should mean for them.
I see. So if users are interested in this enterprise product, what's the next step? Who should they reach out to?
Yeah, they should absolutely reach out to myself and Chris Matterson. You can go back and check out Chris's talk earlier today. As Chris mentioned, we are here to understand what our users want and what they need in the enterprise program. We're not going to sell you anything for the time being, but we very much want to learn what your requirements are, what your pain points are, and what you expect from an enterprise solution. Of course, enterprise support and encryption and all of those features are going to be included in that, but it definitely is going to inform our roadmap, the feedback that our users have for us.
I see. Now let's take a look if there's any questions. I haven't seen any questions come in, so this is your last opportunity. And on that note, before we sort of wrap up this Q&A, do you have anything else that you would like to share with the viewers?
Thank you so much for attending today. This has been a fantastic event. I enjoyed it so much, both working with the DevRel team here in Prisma and all the speakers and all the attendees have been amazing with all the questions and everything they've brought to the event to make it so amazing. So thank you so much.
All right. Well, we didn't have any questions. So on that note, I'd really like to thank you, Vladi, both for this talk and for all your help in preparing this event. There's a lot of work that went behind the scenes. And so thank you for making that work so smoothly, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you. See you. Bye.